From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
God, Wordle today was easy if you know how to spell that word, which I don't. I never have. I always have to look it up. So it was a disaster for me. Anyway.
Would you get it in?
Like 5 or something like that?
No, you
like
got it in 6.
No, 5.
5?
Yeah, it was my look. It's a mess. Like my Wordle was a mess today.
I got today in 4.
Oh.
Show off Shem getting it in 3, but people in the group chat believe
like,
Shem cheats.
I thought that I thought that I knew. I said the word in my head, but I don't know how to spell it, so I didn't think it was.
Oh, so you had to Google and make sure.
No, because I didn't know. Like I thought it early because I'm like, what other word ends that way? And it was only one, but I'm like, that's not it because that's not how it ends.
More got it in 5. You got it in 5.
Look at mine. My first 2 rows, I got nothing.
Disaster.
Next time, ask for help.
What a disaster.
That's not how Wordle works.
There was a total of $20 million worth of gold and other high-value goods that have been stolen from
I love gold.
an offloaded container at Pearson International Airport. So they said the heist occurred on Monday when a, quote, high-value container was stolen from a cargo facility. An aircraft, they said, arrived here at the airport in the early evening as per normal procedure. The aircraft was unloaded and cargo was transported from the aircraft to a holding cargo facility. The cargo was secure in the holding facility. It was removed, they say, by illegal means. Here's the police.
What I can say is that the container contained a high-value shipment.
Oof.
It did contain gold, but was not exclusive to gold and contained other items of monetary value. The total worth estimated at this time in our investigation for the property is estimated at just over $20 million.
Damn.
This remains an ongoing investigation led by the Peel Regional Police. It is being investigated by the Criminal Investigation Bureau at the Airport Division.
Yo, that's a movie right there.
So the cops said that they don't know where the gold is or if it's even still in the country.
No, probably not.
The Greater Toronto Airport Authority wishes to clarify, this is what they said in a statement, that thieves accessed the public side of the warehouse that is leased to a third party outside of our primary security line. This did not involve access to the Toronto Pearson Airport itself and did not pose a threat to passengers or the GTAA staff.
Like, you have to know that something's there. Like, you have to know,
Man,
right?
it was all inside, outside
all
job, man.
Inside, outside.
And you can't sell the gold for a while because then people are looking for it.
No, you can sell gold.
What?
You just ship it right out of the country again. They're at the airport. Just like stick it on a plane.
Yeah.
And get it out of here.
One way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's gold, right? Like everything else.
It's gone.
Bro, it's
They're
gone.
not getting it back.
No, it's gone. It's so gone.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Scarlett Johansson was on talking to Gwyneth Paltrow on her Goop podcast. Gwyneth Paltrow is she's such a queen at making things like super awkward. And so Scarlett Johansson used to be married to Ryan Reynolds. She's currently married to...
completely forgot about that.
Right, thank you. So she's currently married to Colin Jost from SNL.
Yeah.
But listen to how Gwyneth Paltrow brings this up to Scarlett.
You've been married 2 times? 3 times?
Three times.
Oh, that's right, because I forgot that you were married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Goals.
Yes. We were married.
Goals.
We weren't married very long, but we were married when I met you. When I first met you for Ironman or whatever. Yeah, I was married.
We love a good Ryan Reynolds in our house.
He's a good guy.
Oh, no. First she says gold, Goals?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah.
We love him.
Oh my! I know. Could you imagine? Like you're talking to somebody about their. Oh my God, he's the best. Isn't he the best?
He's so good.
He's so good. Martin Lawrence getting his star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame.
Yay! I love Martin.
And Tracy Morgan was one of the people down there making sure it all went smoothly, telling a fantastic story.
Out of all the comedians that performed that night, the only one I remember was Martin. His funny was effortless. He made me want to do and succeed in comedy. He made me believe I could do it. 4 months later, I performed on Def Jam. I thought that would be the last time meeting him, because out of nervousness, I smacked him on the ass when he introduced me and passed me the mic. I thought it was a good pass.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I was reading this story where it was a new interview with Al Pacino, where they were sort of going through his career and how I guess he almost got fired from The Godfather and all this other stuff. But they get to the movie roles he turned down. Mm-hmm. And the biggest one he turned down, like that turned into like a sort of legendary role. Mm-hmm. And whenever actors start talking about this, you can't help but picture that actor in that role. And it changes everything, right? Everything. But he was handed a script in the early 70s and read the script. And he goes, they offered me so much money, but I didn't do it because I didn't understand it. And it was the role of Han Solo in Star Wars.
No freaking way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't picture him.
No,
as Han Solo,
but
though.
young Pacino, though, right? Like young Pacino. Like think Godfather Pacino, but as Han Solo. And how badass that could have been.
But he could have lost other roles if he did that one.
Oh, yeah, because he just would have been.
He wouldn't have been the mob guy.
typecasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been the mob guy.
He wouldn't have been in The Godfather.
Right.
Right, because those two things would have conflicted and he would have done Star Wars.
So which Al Pacino would you have rather?
Godfather Al Pacino.
Oh, yeah,
because then
easily.
everything he did after Godfather was just like he had
Never
said.
ask me about my business, Kay.
Yeah, but look at what happened to Harrison Ford though, right? And Pacino claims that he was the one, like he gave Harrison Ford a career, and he said that Harrison Ford's never thanked him for it.
Damn. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Elon Musk is they've already ripped the blue check mark.
Oh no,
that hurt.
Everybody's Twitter accounts who refused to pay.
That hurt.
Mine is gone. Maury's is gone.
Oh no, mine's gone.
Mocha's is gone. Shem?
Yeah, it's gone.
Gone.
No!
Oprah's gone. Bieber's gone.
Devin
Katy Perry's gone. Lady Gaga's gone. Harry Styles is gone. Cristiano Ronaldo's gone. BTS is gone. Kim Kardashian is gone. Bill Gates is gone. The Pope's is gone.
Not the Pope.
However, Elon said that he is paying personally for some people to keep their blue check mark.
Like who?
LeBron James.
No.
William Shatner. And Stephen King.
What about The Rock? The Rock's is gone. I just checked.
Stephen King wrote, Elon Musk wrote, I'm paying for a few personally. And then when Stephen King realized that he still had his blue check mark, he tweeted saying, my Twitter account says I've subscribed to Twitter. I haven't. My Twitter account says I've given a phone number. I haven't. To which Elon replied to that saying, you're welcome. Namaste.
That's hilarious.
Damn.
Yep. And just like that, it's all gone.
Oh, well. I
It's
guess we're
all
not important
gone.
anymore.
Who's the real Oprah?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The involuntary manslaughter charges against Alec Baldwin for fatally shooting cinematographer Helena Hutchins have been dropped. This doesn't necessarily mean prosecutors believe that he's innocent. They just said that they found new facts that demand further investigation and forensic analysis. So the preliminary hearing was supposed to be going down May 3rd, and they wouldn't have had time to conduct that investigation. So the charges have temporarily been dropped. Meanwhile, production on that movie Rust resumed yesterday, but not in New Mexico. They moved the whole thing up to Montana.
Oh, wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Diddy was on Carpool Karaoke with James Corden. I don't even play any of the singing stuff, although it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's the conversation that they had. So with Diddy, I think he's Love now. I think that's his name. Or Brother Love. His Brother Love. I don't even know what it was. L-U-V. So this is Diddy and Corden going through who's allowed to call him what.
I don't know what to call you.
You could call me any of the approved names.
Take us
I
through.
was born Puffy.
Right.
Okay, and then I became P. Diddy.
Uh-huh.
And then they called me Diddy because I was so pretty.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Puff Daddy, and then I became who I am now, which is Love.
Love.
Love. L-O-V, not Brother Love, just Love.
Love.
Yes.
Now, I can't help but notice that you've overlooked Sean.
Sean is typically used, by my mother.
Uh-huh.
Or, I don't know, like when you're in trouble or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a bit like when my mum calls me my full name.
Yeah, it's just like Sean, like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So that's not on the approved list.
I'm not approved.
No, you're not.
Okay.
I love you, but Sean
I'm not,
is a
sure, I'm
whole
not there yet.
different,
I
like,
appreciate that. I'm
if I
not
had,
there yet.
yeah.
Who is Sean approved from the world of entertainment?
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's
there's
Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside
should be,
of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay.
That should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Sean.
Damn. So it's Diddy's mom and Jay-Z.
Yes, that's it. Now, if you ever wondered what sort of Diddy's philosophy is when it comes to freaking, right?
Okay.
Like when you want to freak, right? Like, what? You know what I mean when I say that, right?
No, explain it.
No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? Like when I say freak. You know what I mean, right?
Shem?
Shut up, Shem. Okay. You
No,
know what
what
I
do
mean.
you mean,
You know
sir?
what I mean when I say right.
Freaking?
Freak. Yeah. You know when you get freak on,
Okay.
right? You right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shem, you know what I mean.
Yes, Missy
Right?
Elliott, I do.
Shut up.
Yeah, you
Okay?
travel back to the early 2000s
No,
to go grab that line?
No. Listen, we were saying that, okay, in the streets way before Missy, okay? Get your freak on.
In the late 90s
okay?
streets.
No, not even. But anyway, if you would like some advice on how to set the mood,
yes,
here is everything that Diddy can offer.
You know how like there's no more baby making music, you know? I had to make my new baby to, like, I had to go back and get old 90s music and make a playlist to make my new baby to.
What's on that playlist?
I sent it to you. It's like the Super Bowl of R&B, and it's a love-making album. You can dance to it. You can bop to it. It's for the bop. You know that dance you do? That's the bop. You know who's the bop? I am the bop.
You're the
James.
bop.
So hang on. I am him.
So I go home, I light a candle.
No.
I light a candle. I put it on.
You got to put a red light on. No candle. It may burn down the place.
A red light.
Yeah,
smart. It's a red light.
A red light, like a red light bulb.
A red light bulb.
Yeah.
Red light bulb.
So it's
I'm an artist. Everything's
I screw in a red light bulb.
Red light bulb, yeah.
I put the kids to bed.
Put the kids to bed.
Put that on.
Put it on.
And then it's just going to happen.
And the thing is, it's called off the grid, so there's no phones allowed.
Okay.
So to disconnect your phone and really lock in.
I don't
with your
use my phone a
significant
lot
other.
during lovemaking anyway, so I think
No, I didn't say during sex. This is a build-up.
This is the build-up.
Do
this is
you
the
and
build-up.
you and your wife, y'all just go straight to it? Y'all going hot? Say, yo, bro, put on some music.
Okay,
Listen
yeah,
to
that's
me.
what I'm saying.
So
That's
the first song comes on, and then you dance to it.
Okay.
James Corden got it all wrong. Diddy's got the answers.
The red light bulb? And you think I sound old?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Len Goodman from Dancing with the Stars passed away. That's
No, he
sad.
didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh my God, how did I not know this?
Yeah, I guess it happened on Saturday is when he passed away. 78 years old. Len's manager confirmed his death today. Len had been diagnosed with bone cancer. Yeah, died on Saturday at hospice in Kent, surrounded by his family. They say it is with great sadness to announce that Len Goodman has passed away peacefully at the age of 78. That's from his agent, a much-loved husband, father, and grandfather who will sorely be missed by family, friends, and all who knew him.
Oh, guys, I honestly did not know that happened.
When he retired last year, I guess, was it not announced that he was going into hospice? Or?
No, I think from what I understand, it was very quick from when he got sick to when he passed away. So that may have been it. It may have just been the sort of beginning of him going in for whatever treatments he went in to get. But here is a little of why we love Len Goodman so much.
Let's hear from our head judge, Len Goodman.
If you don't get 4 tens for that, I'm going to go home and pickle my walnut.
Yum, pig's bum. That was fun. You dance like I cook. Just chuck it all in and hope for the best. Oh, lovely jubbly. Spank me gently with a wet chamois. Your bum, it was like you were chewing a toffee. Shut up, close the door and call me Mary.
Your best.
No. Texas, and I've got to say, Houston, we've got a problem here. I don't know about Hollywood. It was a bit upstairs, downstairs. There's still a few problems upstairs, if I'm honest with your posh. Downstairs, you're quite neat and tidy.
Len Goodman.
He's the best.
R.I.P., man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jury selection is starting again in another Ed Sheeran lawsuit for ripping off somebody's song. If you remember, in 2022, Sheeran won another copyright suit over Shape of You. This one is coming from Ed Townsend's estate, who was the collaborator with Marvin Gaye on Let's Get It On. And if you remember that track, so they're claiming that Thinking Out Loud has copied the heart of the Marvin Gaye song written by Ed Townsend. Townsend's lawyer said, for far too long, black artists have created, inspired, and spread music all around the world, and Ed Townsend's family believes artists like Mr. Sheeran's infringement of black artists is merely another example of artists exploiting the genius and work of black singers and songwriters. So here is a little bit of Thinking Out Loud.
Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70.
And then here's a little bit of
Baby,
Let's Get It On.
I've been really trying, trying to hold back this feeling.
And I don't think Ed helped himself over the fact that during his live shows, he would mash these two songs up on stage.
Oh, no. Really?
Himself.
So this wasn't like fan-made.
No. This here is an example of just how close they are. This isn't what Ed Sheeran used to do live. Like live, he would literally mash them up in his live shows.
Oh, okay.
But here's an example of just how close these two songs are.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah.
And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on.
Woo!
Darling,
Oh, damn. Yo, got him.
And the chord progression is one thing, but I think even the way that Ed chose to phrase out the lyrics is what really does the damage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like there's no denying that. And because of all the other people involved in this song, they're saying that if this does go through, this could be one of 3 different lawsuits filed over this single song. Right? So it is not looking good for Ed Sheeran on that one. 'Cause that one's like, come on now.
That one's samesies. I can't defend you on that one, Ed.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The director of Queen Cleopatra on Netflix is speaking out. Tina Garvey, I don't know if you've seen this controversy about portraying Cleopatra as black in the upcoming Netflix miniseries Queen Cleopatra. In a new interview, Tina revealed why the choice was made to portray Cleopatra as black, even as a lawyer in Egypt has filed a lawsuit against Netflix over her portrayal and race. Scholars have noted that Cleopatra was born of European descent, as historians have confirmed that she was of Macedonian and Greek on her father's side. The Egyptian lawyer who filed the suit wants Netflix blocked in Egypt. Now, this is starting to, this seems like when you read this interview from the director, it sort of sounds like she's trolling. Like, this sounds like Okay, let me read you what she said. And I don't mean trolling as in she doesn't believe it. I just mean trolling as in to make a point more so than historically accurate. So she says that Cleopatra potentially being historically black. This is what she said. Why shouldn't Cleopatra be a melanated sister? And why do some people need Cleopatra to be white? Her proximity to whiteness seems to give her value, and for some Egyptians, it seems to really matter. Perhaps, she speculates over the outrage, it's not just that I've directed a series that portrays Cleopatra as black, but that I have asked Egyptians to see themselves as Africans, and they are furious at me with that, and I'm okay with this. She goes on to say, so was Cleopatra black? We don't know for sure, but we can be certain that she wasn't white like Elizabeth Taylor. So to me, this sort of sounds a little... it sounds a little...
It was that last line.
It sounds a little trolly. You know what I mean? It sounds... But anyway, lots of controversy.
It's a movie or it's a TV
It's a mini-series. Jada Pinkett Smith was the executive producer on it on Netflix. And last week, the Egyptians just went bonkers for this. And then the lawsuits started flying and they want to outlaw Netflix. And
all of Netflix, not just this
No. They want Netflix
series.
blocked in Egypt. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Gayle King and Charles Barkley are going to be set to host a weekly CNN show called...
Oh, wait.
Hold
on. It's Gayle King.
And Charles Barkley.
King Barks.
Nope.
Okay. Barkley King.
Incorrect.
Charles King.
No.
Oh, King Charles.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
I get there. Is it really?
Yeah, they confirmed the news on Saturday with GayleKing vowing to host a show
How
that
many
offers,
guesses was
quote,
that? I was like, Wordle.
a good conversation without tearing
19 and
other
6?
people down. Yes, they're teaming up. The 1 hour program was confirmed by CNN's CEO. That the memo telling all staff that King Charles would launch this fall. They say that this show will be an exciting new way. We are delivering cultural relevant programming and unique perspectives to our audience from two incredibly dynamic personalities. We are excited that they are both able to join us in addition to their current respective roles, with Gayle continuing on with CBS this morning. So there you go. Like Charles Barkley a lot on television, man. That guy's straight up.
He's a master troll.
He is a master troll.
Right?
Yep.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So there is I don't even know you can't call it a feud because the whole thing is really like a joke, but a joke that probably started from a legitimate misunderstanding. So Kelly Clarkson and Troye Sivan were going back and forth on social media because Troye Sivan heard the lyrics to Kelly's new song called Mine. And so here is Troye Sivan's reaction where he wonders what he did to Kelly Clarkson.
What did I do to upset Kelly Clarkson?
So he tweeted that out and put that on TikTok. And then he said, Kelly, drop your location. I'm ready to fight. And then Kelly said, Troye Sivan, you know what you did. And it all goes back to this clip of Kelly's new song called Mine, where she sings, "You're Troye Sivan, who the hell do you think you are?" So listen to this.
You're Troye Sivan. Who the hell do you think you are?
However, the lyric is actually, "Your choice of art, who the hell do you think you are?"
Oh,
not your Troye Sivan, it's your choice of art.
So did people start tweeting at Troye or messaging Troye to be like, I think she mentioned your name?
Yeah, because
and that's how it got out of control?
I guess. I don't even know. But I don't think it was a legitimate misunderstanding. But man, does it ever sound like she says,
You're Troye Sivan.
Right?
You're Troye Sivan.
So right there, is she saying
your choice of art?
Oh, so she didn't go along with the troll job and change it for this performance to your Troye Sivan.
You're Troye Sivan.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like it though,
it's
guys.
because when people sing, they sing art, right?
You're Troye Sivan.
Oh, I get it.
You're Troye Sivan.
Nobody says art in a song. That would sound weird. Your choice of art.
Your choice of art.
So, Troy, you better go in on Kelly Clarkson.
Right.
Don't care if it's her birthday. Drop that diss record, bro.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney getting a ton of praise heaped on them. So you remember they bought that soccer club, right? Wrexham FC.
Yeah.
And they built the Prime Video show and everything else around it. So they've literally pulled off a Hollywood-worthy ending to this part of their story because Wrexham FC, for the first time in 50 years, was elevated to the English Football League after being in the primarily semi-professional lower leagues. And this happened over the weekend. Ryan Reynolds tweeted, "Everything I own smells like champagne, beer, and grass. I'm still somewhere between giggling and sobbing. This town and this sport is one of the most romantic things on earth. Thank you, Wrexham FC." And it was the interview that he and Rob did after the match that really has a lot of people who thought that maybe this was some sort of Hollywood goof are now like, no, actually football and pro sports needs more owners like Ryan and Rob. So here they are.
Ryan and Rob, how would you sum up that experience tonight?
I'm not sure I can actually process what happened tonight. I'm still a little speechless. I know that one thing that's running through my head over and over again is people said at the beginning, why Wrexham? Why Wrexham? This is exactly why Wrexham. What's happening right now is why.
Does that Boreham Wood goal in the first minute feel like a distant memory now?
You know what? Boreham Wood showed up today. They showed up to play. They're an incredible team. They have one of the best defenses in the entire league, and they showed us that all night long. So a huge credit to Boreham Wood tonight. Also, this entire story, the reason is we're all sitting on the edge of our seat right now is because Notts County is so damn good as well, and they deserve to go up, and that's something that both Rob and I feel quite strongly about. We are rooting for Notts County. We want to see them go up to League Two and face them next year. They're incredible.
So, yeah, really great. And everybody's like, yeah, you know what? Because they just paid it all back to the little town. And I guess now the county that the stadium is in, they're giving them a $25 million endowment to renovate the field, to be able to put more fans in because they got...
That's incredible.
Because they moved up in league. So it's just like Ted Lasso, like the story in Ted Lasso, like how they're trying to elevate that team to get them out. Like that's exactly what happened. Yeah, and it was really like Rob McElhenney, like you watch the video and like they're crying afterwards,
man,
like wiping tears. It was really, really beautiful. So good for them.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Drake added Toronto dates for his It's All a Blur tour.
Hey, finally.
October 5th and 7th at Scotiabank.
So what's happening with OVO then?
Don't know.
You better not cancel OVO.
Don't know.
This replaces OVO.
It can't.
No.
But it's in October, so you can't do two shows and then change hats and do another two shows.
But OVO's usually, it's a summer thing, right? It's like a big summery long weekend. Yeah. 21 Savage, by the way, not on these Toronto dates.
No, he is not. You should have just done the OVO weekend, man.
I know, because you saw that there was a hole in the schedule, right? I'm wondering if that hole in the schedule is still there with all these added new dates, because he added a bunch of new dates.
I think OVO is still going to happen because traditionally OVO is the weekend that he has.
When is that weekend? What's the date of that long weekend in the summer that Drake would normally be doing OVO? But what's the date?
It's like the August 6th, 7th weekend.
August 6th, 7th. Yeah, I mean, he's still free because it goes August 3rd, Milwaukee, and then he's off until the 12th.
Oh, so he's doing OVO.
Where he does 3 shows in California.
OVO is who is Drake going to bring?
4 shows in California.
Which special guests or which other artist does he book for? Because it's basically a festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if he would still keep it OVO weekend, book a bunch of artists. He doesn't do a full set, but maybe these are artists that he has songs with. So periodically he jumps on stage and does a couple of tracks with each artist.
And I bet you an album's coming.
You think so?
Yep.
God, he's doing 1, 2, 3. He's doing 4 shows in Inglewood in August.
Listen, you're one of the biggest artists in the world. Why not capitalize, right?
That's crazy, yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Meghan Trainor is apologizing after she did a podcast with her husband, Daryl Sabara, and social media influencer Trisha Paytas. And they were talking about parenting and the sort of current situation with schools in America and shootings and everything else. And they were talking about homeschooling. And at some point during the conversation, Meghan Trainor said, F teachers. So listen to this.
Yeah, no, but
we're homeschooling our kids.
Same. I think everyone.
Everyone on TikTok is. They're like, this is what it's like to have a kid in school in America. I have a bulletproof backpack. I was like, all that.
That, but also
Bullying.
kids can be mean. Teachers, that was my trauma. Teachers, you know.
dude.
But then also, the violence. I mean, I think it's just that thing. It's not even private school. It's just like having them homeschooled.
We're homeschooling.
Yeah, I
I'll let
think
you know
that's
how
the
it
way
goes.
that-
So
okay,
far,
yeah.
So it was the F teachers, dude, and then everybody came up being like, "Why are you hating teachers?" And they really, really went in on it, rightfully so. So this is Meghan Trainor on TikTok apologizing.
Teachers of TikTok and teachers of the world, I recently said F teachers on a podcast, and it's not how I feel. I was fired up because we were talking about how sending your kid to school here in America is so horrific. And what all of us have to go through, but especially teachers, is not normal and not okay. I had Trisha Paytas on the podcast, and I knew her history with her teachers. And I knew my husband's history with his teachers, and I was bullied by some teachers. So in that moment, I got angry and said, F teachers, F those specific human beings back in the day. But I did not mean that to all teachers. I love teachers. I fight for teachers. I think they have the hardest job, and they're the most underpaid. They're the most unappreciated when they literally raise all of us. I don't want to make excuses. I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry to any teachers who I made feel bad. And I will remind myself that my words definitely could have a consequence, and I will be more careful. Love you all so much. I'm so sorry again. Thank you all for helping me.
Wow.
Decent apology,
Yeah,
I would say,
I'd say.
right?
That's
Decent
right.
apology.
That's the perfect celebrity apology.
Yeah, it was a good one.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Eric Braeden, Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless took to social media to let fans know that he has been diagnosed with cancer.
I began to have problems with my prostate. Just before getting to the studio, I thought, I'm going to have the same problem, this painful experience of not being able to pee. So I thought I was close to Cedars Hospital, and I thought, I'll just go to the urology department. What the hell? Got into the hands of a urologist who apparently is very, very known and very good at what he does. So he says, let me take a look at your bladder. And he looks at it, and he says, now I saw it on the screen. He says, you have cancer. I said, whoa. So then he asked me to come back, I think a week later or something. And he looked at the biopsy report. And he said, I think I got it all. And then he kept on reading, and he said, oh, wait a minute. Amongst the low-grade cancer cells, there were some high-grade cancer cells. Then I just had my second infusion last Monday. So that's where I am right now. I'm a little under the weather, but not really much. But I'm going to lick this. Okay, this bastard ain't going to get me. I'm going to get it.
Damn. Spoken like a true Victor Newman.
Right, he starts to sound like Victor Newman in there. He starts off as Eric Braeden, but he quickly, when you do the same guy for 40 years, right?
How do you not? Right? How do you not? Especially right here.
Okay, this bastard ain't going to get me. I'm going to get it.
I'm going to get it.
Like, you were still in diapers when he started on this show, Maury.
I still am.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Don Lemon out at CNN. Fired.
What happened?
No, I don't know. So Don Lemon released a statement on Twitter yesterday. He said, I was informed this morning by my agent that I've been terminated by CNN. I am stunned after 7 years at CNN. I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. He goes on to say, at no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at the network. It's clear that there are some larger issues at at play. And an hour later, CNN released this statement. Don Lemon's statement about this morning's events are inaccurate. He was offered an opportunity to meet with management, but instead released a statement on Twitter. So this comes after.
Over to you, Don.
I know. Remember, like it was like last month or something like that, where he really stepped in it when he was talking about Nikki Haley and referred to her not being in her prime, and then the women on the show with him were like, "Well, what does that mean? The prime? When's a woman in their prime, Don?" And he just couldn't get out of it. And then they did an investigation, and like everybody at CNN was saying that Don Lemon's like a huge misogynist and stuff like that. So,
I mean, I will miss him drunk on New Year's Eve.
But they don't do that anymore.
No,
so what's
this
the
past
point?
one he was in New Orleans drunk.
Oh, yeah. But, I guess drunk Don Lemon is kind of entertaining. But Don Lemon out like a long time. Don Lemon's 56.
Is he really?
He looks good. 56.
Oh, he looks good.
He's a good-looking 56-year-old. Tucker Carlson out at Fox News.
Man, that guy was just drama all the time, though.
I know, but he was ratings all the time, too, though. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways, the network says. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor. Apparently, Tucker was told 10 minutes before Fox News released that statement publicly.
Oh, wow.
So this was in the works. They're going to do like a rotating set of hosts for his time slot. Because last week...
Wait, so he showed up to work?
No, I guess he didn't. So, and they said that his last show was this past Friday. Because, and at the end of that show, apparently Tucker Carlson said, we'll see you back here on Monday, which... They settled. Fox News had to settle a defamation lawsuit last week with Dominion Voting Systems for $787 million. The network was accused of spreading misinformation that the voting machines were rigged, and that was preventing Donald Trump from winning the 2020 election. Tucker Carlson tonight averaged 3.32 million total viewers last year. And he had the largest audience in the entire cable news industry. So that's a lot of money they're leaving on the table firing that guy. But I guess they had their reasons.
Someone will pick him up.
Yeah. No. Who? I guess like
someone.
one of those like internet right-wing news things. Newsmax, one of
Twitter
those.
was saying that CNN would hire him.
Well, he used to be at CNN. He was the host of Crossfire.
Yeah, that's what everyone on Twitter's saying.
If you want to watch a great piece of classic CNN, go and rewatch that episode of Crossfire where they invited Jon Stewart on. And he destroyed them. It was the first time Jon Stewart had really, like he was the Jon Stewart that wasn't joking around that you saw on The Daily Show.
Passionate.
And this was like a different side of Jon Stewart. But go and watch that clip of Jon Stewart on Crossfire, because on Crossfire, it was a guy on the right and a guy on the left. And they just used to argue issues back in the classic good old days of cable news. And Jon Stewart came on and chastised them for being irrelevant and just making noise and all this stuff. And these two hosts on Crossfire, like he made them look like children. It looked like a father yelling at his two sons and just put them in their place. And it was the end of Tucker Carlson on CNN. Like that's what ended Tucker Carlson on CNN. It was crazy.
And he went over to Fox News.
Yeah, and then he went over to, that's what you get.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It was 4-1 was trending all last night and still trending today. This, of course, because 10 years ago, I believe it was, that's when the Leafs blew a 4-1 third period lead against the Boston Bruins. That is the thing that has stung ever since. And then last night...
Why you got to bring up old stuff?
Because this is why it was 4-1 is trending. And because last night it was 4-1, but for Tampa Bay Lightning, and with 10 minutes left in the game, the Leafs tied it up and then win an OT.
For Hall, he shots down, tipped in front. Here comes Nylander with a walk here. Comes the cut, Matthews scores. Giordano to Nylander, in front, scores. It's Morgan Riley, Jimmy scores. Giordano sends it, it's in, tipped in front, and the Leafs have won it. Alex Kerfoot, your hero tonight.
Wow.
Oh, good. Dammits watched the game last night.
Oh, did they again? Yes,
Dammits watched the game. Yeah.
3-1 series lead. Wow. Good. You, Tampa.
Wow.
There's more. Chef just put his hand on his heart.
I know.
3-1 series lead. Wow. Good. You, Tampa.
Matthew has no
Matthew.
chill, huh?
So dangerous.
It's Maury's husband, David Matthew. No
There's
chill.
more of this that we'll get to at 7 o'clock this morning.
Good. Oh my God, I'm with you. Like that's
Clutching your
aggressive.
pearls.
I know it's aggressive.
3-1
Jesus.
series lead. Wow. Good. You, Tampa.
Gollies go!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Joe Biden is running for president of the United States again. Officially announced on his Twitter. I don't think he wrote this, but it was written. Every generation has a moment where they have to stand up for democracy, to stand up for their fundamental freedoms. I believe this is ours. That's why I'm running for re-election as the president of the United States. Join us. Let's finish the job. Here's a little bit of the video.
I know we're still a country that believes in honesty, respect, and treating each other with dignity. That everyone should be given a fair shot to succeed in this country. And this is our moment. So if you're with me, go to joebiden.com and sign up. Let's finish this job. I know we can. Because this is the United States of America. There's nothing, simply nothing we cannot do if we do it together.
Damn. What would he be, like 85 when he gets out of office if he won again?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Could that be the oldest president ever?
Yeah, he's already, I believe, the oldest president ever.
That's crazy. Once you're on top, that you gotta like be reelected. It's not like see how many other votes other people. I know that's how it works, but that you have to.
What, you got to run again?
Uh-huh.
Well, because, you got to run again against a Republican
It's like,
or a Democrat.
Because I think of like wrestling. Once you're the champ, you accept all challengers, and then you wait for someone to try to take the title from you.
Right, but that's what elections are. Someone trying to take the title from you.
Yeah, but he doesn't like. He's there. Like he shouldn't have to put his name out there. Let's see if the other votes can get. I just want to see him fight.
You want to watch Donald Trump and Joe Biden fist fight?
Oh, that would be amazing.
I mean, it would be. Right? One of them would definitely poop. Right?
God. I say both.
Right?
I think both of them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think both of them would probably poop.
Did you see that video of Trump the other day? I think it was in Florida at a.
Did he poop?
No.
Oh.
At the pizza place.
No.
He was holding.
He definitely pooped after that.
He was holding a large pizza, and then he took a bite, and he's like, "Anybody want a bite?"
Ew, not a slice, but a bite.
Yeah, anyone want a bite of this slice?
That's what his dad says.
Who wants a piece?
Yeah, he shouldn't be having all that oil. Anyway, Joe Biden's running again. I don't know if you heard.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Patty LuPone. Did I say that name?
Patty LuPone, yeah.
LuPone. Patty LuPone. Who is she's like a big Broadway legend.
Okay, I don't know.
So Patty LuPone, I only know her from like wild things that this woman says on TV shows and stuff, but we'll get to that in a second. So she was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and they were doing like questions about things like and asking the guests if they give a damn about certain stuff. And man, Patty LuPone has some thoughts about Kim Kardashian joining American Horror Story season 12.
Okay, do you give a damn that Kim Kardashian is now acting in season 12 of American Horror Story?
Yes, I do.
You don't like it, do you?
No, I don't.
Why? She's taking role away from
actors.
There you
You know, excuse me, Kim. You know, what are you doing with your life? Don't get on the stage, Mrs. Worthington.
Like, first of all, I think Kim's doing A-OK. Also, who gets to be the gatekeeper on who becomes an actor or not? Like, what are you doing?
Apparently.
So there was this. Do you remember when during COVID, Patty LuPone was doing a show, and it was the most ridiculous video ever. So she was on stage in some theater. And she and all the other actors on stage are doing a Q&A afterwards. And she and all the other actors, nobody's wearing a mask, right? Nobody's wearing a mask. And then directly in front of them is the audience. And there was one person in the audience whose mask was down below their nose.
Yeah.
And do you remember when she freaked out on them?
No.
Listen to this.
Put your mask over your nose. That's why you're in the theater. That is the rule. If you don't want to follow the rule, get the out.
Oh my God.
Who do you think you are that you do not respect the people that are sitting around you? Pay your salary. You pay your salary. Chris Harper pays my salary. Who do you think you are? You're an actress. Just put your mask over your nose.
And she's saying this while maskless. Like it was the most ridiculous thing. It was so crazy.
Legend.
Anyway, Patti LuPone. Jeez, man. I don't know. Like, let Kim Kardashian act. Who cares?
I don't like you, Patti LuPone.
No, but who cares if Kim Kardashian act? You think Patti LuPone was up for the same part as Kim Kardashian?
Hell no.
No. Anyway.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
They say, according to a new poll, a whopping 50% of people say that they have friendships that are entirely online, meaning that they've never met this person before. They communicate with them, but they've never met them. It's far more common with Gen Zs. They say 68% of Gen Zs have online-only friends.
That's right.
61% of millennials say that they have online-only friends.
Yeah, that's true.
40% of Gen X say that they have online-only friends. 27% of boomers say that they have online-only friends.
You damn it, Maury.
Shut up. When asked if those friendships, how those friendships compare, 26% of people say that their online friendships are, quote, equally meaningful to those that exist in real life. 38% said that they are less meaningful, but 13% say that they are actually more meaningful. That is a huge number. 13% of people say that they're more meaningful.
I wouldn't say more meaningful.
I know, but some people did, some people didn't, Maury.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to meet them. I just know it would be wrong.
Oh my goodness.
What do you mean?
No, I just mean it would be like,
No,
wrong.
we don't. Explain.
No, like...
like who? Give us an example, Maury.
No, Roz, I'm so sorry for interrupting, Roz. Finish your story.
No, I finished the story. Go ahead. Now it's time for the discussion part of the news. Right?
Oh, I'm
So what do you mean by that?
No,
What do you
like
mean by that?
if you
Give us
chat
an
with
example.
Yeah.
With who? Give us an example. Somebody in your DMs. You're obviously talking about. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, like, if
No,
you...
no, give us specific.
and not like a hypothetical, like let's just say someone was, but let's say specifically because you started this very specific.
No, like so when I chat once in a while with somebody,
like who?
Like an attractive model.
Like an attractive model. What do you say to an attractive model to get them to chat to you?
I'm like, hey, that was a really cool photo. Tell me about the lighting.
No, you don't. What do you say to a hot model?
No, I'm just like,
what's your line?
No, there's no line. I'm not flirting. I'm just like, hey,
But
that
what
was
do
a
you
really cool
say?
photo.
Why are you getting
Nice
so
to meet
nervous
you.
right now?
I'm a big fan.
Bro, bring your phone in here.
No, not a chance.
But what
Why
do you
not? What are you scared of?
What's
Oh
your
my-
line? But what's your line? Like, I need to know what your opener is. I need to know what your opener is.
I'm not opening. I'm not. No, my phone.
Might be a picture.
I think it might be.
No, it's not a picture. It's not a post.
So Why are you getting so nervous? Give me your phone.
So it starts. It's just give us. We won't say who it is, but I need to know what your opening line is, man.
No, hey, you look really good in that photo.
No,
you look really good. I'm not giving you my phone.
No.
Wait, give me your phone.
Yeah,
I'm not giving you my phone. It's in between my legs.
No.
Yo.
Hey, now.
I'm so embarrassed.
How often does this happen, Maury?
Not often. That's honest truth.
Well, then why
God,
won't you
yes.
let us look at your phone?
Because no.
Because why?
Why? What other secrets?
What other
on your
secrets
phone?
are on there? Okay, so if it's not that, then what is it? You
Anyone
are
else really hot in here?
usually very open to sharing your phone. You have been in the past.
Yeah,
anyway.
fine if you want to look at my meal orders, but some
Okay.
things are private.
Hold on here. Private from who though? Private from us? Because we don't care what you do.
Bro, give me your phone.
No.
Right? Why not? What are you so worried about? What are you so worried about?
For anyone who can't see,
hold on.
Maury's like jittery. He's
just
unbuttoning his
shirt. He's sweating, getting hives. Okay.
Oh
my God. Okay. So Maury.
Button back up your shirt. That's too much hair.
Okay, Maury, question for you. I wouldn't lead with that, by the way, when you're trying to pick up a model on Instagram. Right. I'd do that shirt back up.
Yeah.
That's not helping. That's not helping at all.
No, not at all.
Maury,
Yeah.
if Mocha were to look in your phone right now, okay, how many things in your life would change by the end of the day?
Everything.
Okay. You don't even need to look. You just looked for us.
Yo, guilty.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Congratulations to the Leafs.
Bro, so we established in my household last night. So game one happened, right?
Yeah.
And Catherine watched the whole thing with me.
Yeah.
And the Leafs lost. Right? Game two happened. And we were out, and the Leafs won. Catherine did not watch the game. Game three happened. Catherine came home, and the Leafs were losing, and then she decided that she didn't want to hang out with me anymore. I told her to leave. And she left the room and went to bed, and the Leafs came back and won. Last night, Catherine was at an event, and the Leafs were playing okay. She came home. They started losing real bad, started looking like absolute crap. And she's like, okay, how long is this game going to go on for? And I'm like, until it's over. And then she's like, fine, I'm going to bed. She goes to bed. They score 3 and third and win it in overtime.
Dano sends it. It's in. Tipped in front.
I'm not saying.
Have won it. Alex Kerfoot, your hero tonight.
I'm not saying.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm not saying anything.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not saying anything.
But what you are
But
saying...
I'm saying...
It's very clear what you're saying.
No, it's not.
100%
I am
clear.
not. I'm stating facts.
We all understand what it is
No,
you are saying.
You got a wedding coming up. Don't forget it.
Maybe
No, he
I do.
Not anymore.
We'll see about that. I'm just saying, okay, guys, my whole life I've been waiting for this, right?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this moment more than I've been waiting for that moment. Okay. Doesn't mean doesn't mean one's more important. Okay, obviously.
like it.
No. Listen, the wedding, Catherine, far more important. Far more important. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything.
You said enough.
Loud and clear.
Okay? I'm just saying I'm not saying anything.
Saying too much now.
Okay? You shush. I'm just saying I'm not saying anything. Shem.
You know who had a lot to say about the Leafs win last night? Damn it, Matthew.
Yes.
Damn it, Maury's husband.
3-1 series lead. Wow. Good. You, Tampa.
Wow. Right? Jeez.
That's my man.
That's harsh.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Oh, my God. There's another one of these stories where a bunch of women rented an Airbnb and found a camera.
No.
And yeah. Listen to this.
15 girls staying in a house for my friend's 30th birthday.
15?
Yeah, 15 girls.
Oh, boy.
15 girls staying in a house for my friend's 30th birthday. We just found out we were being watched in our Airbnb. In the bathroom, one of the outlets was faced directly to the shower. You can see in the top here, there's nothing. Looks totally normal. And then in the bottom one, look at that little camera. Anyway, we left the house, the cops searched the place, and they got him.
Oh, my God.
Right? Wow. No. And that's in Canada, too, that happened, apparently. I don't know where.
When you stayed at Airbnb, do you like check all over the place?
I don't know. I've never stayed at an Airbnb. I don't know if I ever could stay at an Airbnb, to be honest with you.
Because of that?
I couldn't stay at an Airbnb for the same reason why I would never rent out my house as an Airbnb. Because the day that I walked back in after somebody was in there, I would not be able to get over the fact that people were doing it all over the place. Right?
But you don't know if they were.
Yeah, of course they were.
Why? Would you?
Of course they were. No, I just assumed, right? I couldn't sit in the kitchen, right? I couldn't sit at my dining table. Forget about the couch, right?
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
Countertop?
There's no way. If I ever got to the point of where we had to Airbnb the place, after every single person who stayed there, I would get a new mattress.
Oh my God.
I would.
Expensive.
I would. Yeah. Yeah.
Subscription service.
Right? Yeah. I'd have to get a subscription service. Yeah. Like, Amazon delivers stuff to your house all the time that you got on subscription.
You have an account with Sleep Country.
Yes. I would have to. I could not relax in the house knowing that. No, I couldn't do that. They were running our episode of Income Property on TV this morning. I got a couple messages.
Oh, yeah.
Because when we did the show with Scott McGilvery, when we did the cottage, that it's income property. So you're supposed to renovate it to rent it out, right? And they were like, so when are you going to start renting it? And we were like, oh, yeah, I'm never going to rent this place.
The 30th of never.
Yes. Because I couldn't stand the idea of just people doing it everywhere. Yeah. I just couldn't. I wouldn't be comfortable. You should have said
that on the show.
Yeah?
Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah?
Never.
Hey, guys, on the show, how do other people who go on this show get over the fact that when they rent out the place, the strangers just come in and mess up their kitchen? You know what I mean? With their bums. How do you get over that? How do you get over that? I couldn't get over that, man. There's no way. The towels? Forget about the towels. No.
Just wash them.
No. Woof. Burn them. Thank you, Shem. Burn them.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's looking like this campaign to have Nick and Vanessa Lachey fired as the hosts of Love is Blind is actually turning into a thing. So there's all these petitions online. They're just absolute nonsense. So this one has 25,000 signatures. However, an insider told the Daily Mail that the show may actually be looking to replace the Lachey's and are going hard trying to get Lauren Speed and Cameron Hamilton from the show as
season 1.
as the new hosts of the show. Shem, you're a huge fan of the show. What are your thoughts?
Cameron was a little quiet, so I'm not sure how he would be as a host, but their relationship was fantastic and is a real sort of win for the franchise, right?
Yeah.
And they're loved by fans, like universally loved. So
And
good
she's
choice.
great.
Yeah.
Like she's got a popular YouTube channel. Like the two of them do stuff on YouTube together now as well.
Yeah. So the insider said that there's always been whispers about replacing them, especially now after the live reunion special, which was a complete disaster on so many levels, they say. If they want to keep their ratings up, there's got to be a change. So that is, normally those things when fans like super overreact, fire them, like nothing ever happens. But it's looking like they may actually replace the Lachey's.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
CinemaCon going down in Las Vegas. This is where all the sort of studios and everything go down to present everything they have for distributors and theater owners and all of this stuff. And yesterday, they not only played the trailer for The Flash, but a certain group of journalists got to see the entire movie.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
So a couple of things that people are talking about. One, Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck as Batmans are both in it, and it's awesome. So here's a little bit of that.
I lost my parents. That pain made me who I am. I spent a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of the past. As if fighting crime would bring my parents back. You actually did it.
I can't imagine what you've been through. I love you, Monkey. You lost both parents in one day.
Barry!
Screwed everything up.
Yeah. So
Mess with the timeline.
And despite all the legal troubles that Ezra Miller has gone through, and they're not even sure if they're going to even allow Ezra Miller to participate in the promotion for the movie when it comes out, which would be crazy because he is the Flash. I think they're trying to do whatever they can to make sure that people see this movie. But despite all of the controversy, let me read you some early reactions. So Fandango's Eric Davis tweeted this: "The Flash is tremendous. Forget DC. This is without a doubt amongst the best superhero films ever made. An all-timer, inventive storytelling, fantastic action sequences, great cast, so many nerdy details. I'm in tears at the end of it. Everything you want from a superhero film and more." And he goes on to say, "I'm honestly floored. It's so good. As a monster Back to the Future fan, it has Back to the Future vibes all day. Michael Keaton is amazing, and as expected, and this is the best Ezra Miller has been as the Flash. Ben Affleck gets some of his best Batman moments as well." And then We Live Entertainment, Scott Menzel said, "The Flash is hands down one of the best superhero films of all time. No
All
joke.
time?
The Flash is the ultimate movie going experience as it has a little bit of everything." And yeah, man, so people are blown away by The Flash.
I don't know.
You don't know?
That's DC.
You can't say you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, but the Batman was DC. Did you like the Batman?
I like the Bat. I like
Did
Ben
you like
Affleck.
did you like the Joker
I
when they
love
did
the
that
Joker.
movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not the same universe as what
it's
these guys
not.
are
No,
doing.
it's not. I know this is the continuation, the sort of cap on the
Yeah.
Snyderverse, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, that's thing's called.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, we lost a legend yesterday. Harry Belafonte passed away at the brilliant age of 96 years old.
Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
You know, my old man had never met a famous person before, but he only had one celebrity story. And that was, I guess, when he was young, he was working at a restaurant, and his celebrity story was that he spilled soup on Harry Belafonte.
Oh, no.
And the problem was that he told me the story so long ago, and he's dead now, that I can't remember the end of the story, whether it was wonderful, because even though my dad spilled soup on Harry Belafonte, that the story ends with Harry Belafonte making sure my dad was not fired, or I can't remember if Harry Belafonte made sure my dad was fired.
Why don't you ask your mom?
You don't remember. So I don't know which way the story ends, right? So he's either a hero, or a villain.
I'm going to say Harry Belafonte was a hero. I'm going to say
I like to believe that he made sure,
said it was an accident.
Yes. I like to believe that too. But what a legend. And they say he died from cognitive heart failure, which is just basically another way of saying old age. But Harry Belafonte, 96 years old.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Reading a story that both Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon hired the same legal firm to get more money out of both CNN and Fox. Oof. I am so shocked at how much somebody like Don Lemon makes on CNN. Like, CNN's ratings are not high at all. Like, even compared to any television, they're just not. Don Lemon apparently walked away, like when they terminated his contract. He was still owed $25 million.
He was owed? Sorry?
Don Lemon's contract was $7 million a year with CNN. $7 million a year is what they were paying Don Lemon.
Is it because of the name and how long he's been?
He's not that big of a name. Like, people know who Don Lemon is, but he's certainly not like a huge ratings getter.
No, but I'm just saying the name Don Lemon.
But like,
and because he's been
but like,
with
how
CNN
much could they like? I don't. It's crazy to me. And I don't even know what Tucker Carlson was making. God, millions. That's wild to me. So anyway, they signed that. That lawyer's going to have a great summer.
Oh, big time.
Right? Both of them?
Summers.
Oh, my God.
This summer.
What a great summer for that guy.
So Anderson Cooper must be making way more.
Oh, way more. Yeah. Oh, my God. That's nuts.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
In a New York courtroom yesterday, Ed Sheeran took the stand. He's being sued again for stealing a song, as we were talking about the other day. Thinking Out Loud, they say ripped off Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. So one of the Marvin Gaye's partners and co-writer, Ed Townsend Estate, is suing Ed Sheeran. Now, Ed took the stand yesterday, and one of the things he said was, if I had done what you're accusing me of doing, I'd be quite an idiot to stand on stage in front of 20,000 people and do that. And he goes, it was quite simple. It's quite simple to weave in and out of songs in the same key. You could go from Let It Be to No Woman, No Cry very easily, referring to both those songs, but nobody ever accused anyone of ripping off those. And the people who are for Ed Townsend's team played for the court what they said was the smoking gun, that Thinking Out Loud is a direct ripoff of Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On. So here's a little bit from this. This is what they showed in court. So here's a little bit of Ed starting out with Thinking Out Loud. So we've all heard this song before.
Yeah.
And then during this same song, he gets the crowd to start singing, and then he does this.
Oh, damn, Ed. You just sold yourself out.
The evidence.
Right?
Bruh.
So that's what they say is their smoking gun. So they say that it's a direct ripoff. He's saying it's not, and they say, well, if it's not, then why did you do your own mashup on stage?
But that's not wrong. You can go from key to key to different songs. Right?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So it's oof. It's not looking good though. That's ugly.
Damn, Ed.
That's right. I know. Damn. Even if you know, don't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Or continue to do that.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not good.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jude Law is in that new Star Wars Skeleton Crew show. This is the Star Wars show that is within the Mandalorian universe, but is very much going to be like Stranger Things, where it's a group of kids.
Mhm.
And I guess Jude Law sort of plays like their mentor kind of thing. And then eventually the Mandalorian world, the Skeleton Crew world, and then the Ashoka, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Ashoka world will all sort of culminate into one movie
Great.
eventually.
Love it.
All those worlds will sort of come together. That's what I think they're planning. But here is Jude Law, who has had an incredible career, talking about what it's like to actually be on a Star Wars set.
What's it like being on those sets, those Star Wars
The thing I
sets?
underestimated was the experience of acting opposite droids and creatures, of which, of course, are all there. And so you get to work with, at times, 5, 6, 7 puppeteers. And these people are masters. So, your conversations are like, oh, who does the left arm? Okay, you do the left arm. So do you want to put the left arm like here? Or when you look at me, and it's a really weird, different type of acting, but it's
fascinating.
fun. And then, of course, you've got to pinch yourself because you're sat there surrounded by this weird creature and this...
Yeah, you're like, am I...
And then this robot, and you're doing a really serious scene, like talking... And of course...
It's almost like fantasy camp.
Totally.
Right? You're like, I can't believe I get to do this.
I've been very lucky.
Yeah.
I've worked with some particularly respectable actors, but I've never been starstruck like I was when I met a Jawa.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm not joking.
Yes.
I saw a Jawa walking by. You're like, I can't believe it's
Oh my
a real
gosh,
Jawa.
it's a real Jawa. Oh my God.
If you're a Star Wars fan,
Yeah.
and you step on set, right, as a fan, but you're there to work,
Yeah.
how do you not break down?
I don't know.
Like, that would be me.
I know. Totally.
I would just start bawling.
Totally. And Star Wars has always allowed, like, they've always been cool with allowing, like, super fans to do it. Like, do you remember the was it NSYNC that were Backstreet Boys? NSYNC? They were stormtroopers in one of the Lucas movies.
Prince Harry was too.
And Prince Harry was, apparently. And Jason Sudeikis was.
Daniel Craig?
Jason
Was a
Sudeikis. They were stormtroopers.
Harry Styles?
Was he?
I think so.
Really? Yeah,
Let me check.
I don't know, but they've always been really cool about letting super fans play, just like one-off
Like,
sort of
I'd be standing
stormtrooper characters.
there. If they let me be a stormtrooper, I'd
Yeah.
be standing there with the mask on, like bawling. I'd be the worst.
100%.
Worst stormtrooper ever.
They wouldn't be able to shoot a thing.
No,
Right?
I'd be standing there,
Yeah.
shaking.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. Just like looking at your own hands,
Yeah.
right? Like
Is this
they
real
wouldn't be able to shoot in. Like
No.
there'd be that one stormtrooper.
I love it here.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
For the first time in the club's history, the Maple Leafs will play a regular season game outside of North America. The NHL announced the, what are they calling it? The new Global Series.
Oh.
So the Detroit Red Wings, Minnesota Wild, and Ottawa Senators, and the Maple Leafs will head to Sweden November 16th to 19th at Avicii Arena in Stockholm. For a series of games that will be the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th games played in Stockholm. And again, the first for the Leafs. So
Great.
over in Sweden, playing some hockey.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What went on Canada's Got Talent?
Oh my God. This one comedian steps out onto the stage and just crushes it.
Oh, good.
Listen to this.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I have a stutter, so I hope you like suspense. If you had any plans in the next 48 hours, cancel them. As you can tell, I am using a breathing technique to control my stutter. So if anyone here is called Luke, I am your father.
It was so funny. Jose Peranian, by the way.
Did they
is his
send him
name.
through?
I believe he got through.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
he's
That's
great. Howie Mandel had some wonderful things to say about it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apparently, Pete Davidson is not going to be doing any Kim Kardashian jokes when he hosts Saturday Night Live. They say that he is being a gentleman about it, although he will be a good sport, they say, about some of his high-profile loves.
I wonder if he was asked, or if he just came in and said,
I think he said,
here's what I'm not doing.
Listen, man, like what do you want? Kanye coming back and doing more videos where he's cutting your head off and stuff like that? Nah, you just...
I know, but people aren't they going to be tuning in for that?
No, but I also think he did an interview where he seemed really pissy about the fact that they were talking about his relationship so much, but he was talking about his relationships on that show so much. So I don't know what the deal is, but he's going to be back and hosting that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
An incredible run here. Like Billy Joel, what do they call him? The Piano Man?
Yeah.
Do you know who Billy Joel is, Mocha?
Yes, my parents listen to him.
Do you know? Could you
have.
name a Billy Joel song?
Yes.
Yes? Which one?
Piano song.
The piano song. Interesting. How's that go?
Everybody knows it.
Okay, yeah. Give me a taste.
It goes, piano.
Yeah.
Piano.
Yeah.
My heart sings through the piano. 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 I write this song for you on my piano. Is that it?
Piano.
Yes, very good.
Piano. Yes, it is. You are 100% right. So Billy Joel, when he did a tour in 2014, he finished it off because he's a New Yorker. He finished it off at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, is he the guy that sings New York?
No.
That guy?
No.
Oh.
No. He does the piano song. Piano. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
No, he does. No, I actually, real talk, I know a song. I don't know the name of it, but I know the part of it goes, dun, 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 dun.
No, that's...
Is that? Dun,
Oh, this is killing me.
dun, because he plays the piano.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. You can keep doing that. So he did that tour in 2014, and he finished it off at Madison Square Garden. And in 2014, he said, hey, listen, what if I just do one show a month at Madison Square Garden? And if anybody wants to come and see it, I'll just keep doing shows until somebody wants to come and see it. And he's been doing that ever since 2014. So he just added his 140th and 141st shows, August 29th and September 10th. That is more gigs at Madison Square Garden than the Knicks play in 3 years of home games.
Wow, that's incredible.
And
are
it's
the
still-
shows
sold out? Sold out.
Yeah.
Every single time he does one of these shows, it's sold out.
But
So
he puts
he's
on a great show.
So he just broke a record. It is, he broke the record long ago, but he just added the 140th and 141st show. Bam, 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 ba-da-dum, bam, bam, ba-da-dum. What's killing you about that, Maury? What's killing you?
Can I say?
I don't know.
Oh.
What's killing you?
Because that was Elton John.
It's a great song. Big up Sir Elton John, Ed Sheeran's best friend. I
Right.
love that song.
Yeah, yeah.
Said it
Do you-
before.
do you
I'll
know?
say it
Do you
again.
know? Do you know any more? Billy Joel.
Doesn't he have the song called "I Am Billy Joel"?
How's that go?
I am Billy Joel.
No, that's I Love Rock and Roll.
He sings "I Love Rock and Roll."
No, he does not sing I Love Rock
Joan
and
Jett
Roll.
sings rock and roll.
No,
From the
he does
Jets?
not.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes. Yes. Benny from the Jets or Joan Jett from the Jets?
Who's Benny?
Benny from the Jets? Benny and the Jets? Benny was a Jet. Benny the Jet.
What about Jenny from the Block?
Well done.
What about Billy from the Block?
Too much block talk.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ed Sheeran's trial in New York was chaos yesterday. So this is the oh my God. So this is the trial where they're saying that Ed's I keep forgetting the name of that song. Thinking Out Loud is a direct ripoff of Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On. The co-writer Ed Townsend. His family is suing Ed Sheeran. So I guess what happened was that Catherine Townsend Griffin, who is the daughter of the late Ed Townsend, who she's suing on their behalf, like fainted in the courtroom.
What?
Just as Ed Sheeran's attorneys began cross-examining a music expert testifying about the song's composition, she was lifted up like by her arms and legs, like people carried her by a few men in the gallery after receiving medical attention, and eventually she was taken out of the courtroom on a stretcher. Sheeran's lawyers grilled the musicologist who testified that Ed's Thinking Out Loud contained similar parts to Let's Get It On. He told jurors the two songs, quote, have the same harmonic rhythm and outline melodic similarities in three areas: verse, chorus, and interlude. There was a weird, bizarre computer-generated rendition of Let's Get It On that was played in court during his testimony, which lasted the entire day. So it's not looking good there, man.
What did she faint at?
I don't know.
You think?
Stress and who knows?
Like them ladies in church?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
When they feel the spirit of the Lord?
Yes.
They just can't take it.
I think that's what it might have been,
They
right?
just fall.
I don't think she fainted. I think she was touched. Right, Shell? Yeah?
I saw the greatest thing on Twitter yesterday. Somebody said, Marvin Gaye family don't even work. They just put their ear up to the radio.
God, that's so good.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Nick Cannon was doing his own podcast. Man, he does his own podcast, and all they do on his own podcast, it's like our podcast, is roast him. So this was Nick Cannon doing his own show where his co-host, Blee Bledsoe, accused him of fumbling Mariah. Listen to this.
When you fumble somebody like me along, you got to get these jokes.
I mean, you fumbled Mariah.
Did I? Or was that just explain to me.
Those are fighting words. Dang, Courtney. Day 2.
I'll play it. I don't know. I just know you not with her, so it's a fumble.
So
I'm playing.
Maybe she fumbled me.
Oh. Did Mariah come home and tell you about her days and stuff?
I was there.
That's fair, but you didn't make Always Be My Baby. So, you know what I'm saying?
I'll take that.
Got him!
What are you doing, man? This is what happens when you have all those kids, right? You got to escape, and the only place to escape is you just get abused, but you're like, it's better than home. Right? Speaking of a lot of kids, I had no idea James Vanderbeek, Dawson from Dawson's Creek, has 6 children.
He does?
He has 6 kids, and they're all blonde and blue eyes. It's weird. It looks like an ad when you see his family together. Their names, Jeremiah, Joshua, Olivia, Gwendolyn, Amelia, and Annabelle. They range between the ages of 1 to 12. But Dawson, James Vanderbeek is so good on social. His socials are really funny. And so I guess he sat the 2 older kids down on the couch. And he showed them the episode from years ago where he hosted Saturday Night Live. Okay. And first of all, his kids do nothing but roast him.
Yeah.
Right. But
great.
then the only upside to it all is when they see on screen Will Ferrell. Right. So here, listen to James watching himself on SNL with his kids.
You look like such a nerd.
What?
He doesn't look like a nerd. Such a weird, stupid nerd. He does not look like a weird.
Thank you very much. Wow, this is absolutely
You like the
incredible
hairdo?
to be hosting Saturday Night Live.
Come on.
You don't like the hair? Oh, look at that. It's the claw. She's probably going to show Dawson's Creek.
It's the claw. Come on, bro. This is the coolest I ever was.
Okay, now I get what you meant. Is that Elf?
Oh my God.
Let's have a round of applause for our 2 finalists.
cool.
For this final round, we're chosen by a secret panel of judges.
You look
comprised of
stupid.
The cards were
Oh no! You look stupid.
They're watching their dad on TV, and the kid goes, "Wait a second, is that Elf?"
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Toronto Police Services announced the results of Project Stallion. Project Stallion, by the way, also what my parents used to refer to as the night I was conceived. They knew. Which has led to over 550 stolen vehicles recovered, valued more than $27 million. The police chief was discussing the investigation yesterday, which focused on vehicle and catalytic converter thefts across the city's West End. Who steals it? What do you do with a catalytic converter? I don't
Isn't that
even
what they
know.
needed for the PS5s when the supply was low?
I think so. Over 300 charges were laid against more than 100 people. Data shows that almost 2,000 vehicles were stolen in multiple police divisions in 2022, many of them Honda CR-Vs and Ford F-150 trucks. These police units also saw over 300 catalytic converter thefts. 300. How do you even steal a catalytic converter? What do? You crawl under and cut it out? With like a Sawzall or something?
Well, yeah.
What are you doing?
And get your tools.
Maury, this is a question for you if there ever was a question for you.
I assume that you just like.
Where's the catalytic converter on your car, by the way, Maury?
Well, first of all, I assumed that it was like in the engine.
Okay. What does it do? What does it do? What does a catalytic converter do?
First of all, I thought you said Cadillac converter.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I did say. I mean, yeah. Where's the Cadillac converter in your car, Maury?
In the engine.
Okay, what does it do?
It converts. Okay, so it converts the gas and battery. So it's like the battery and the gas
Converts
talk.
the gas to what?
No, like I guess it talks from the battery, the gas in the battery. So when you pump the gas,
I understand.
right? So I don't understand. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
So when you pump the gas,
Yes.
it talks to the battery, and the battery says to the gas.
How does it sound when it talks to the battery? Okay, cool, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So to take it out,
Yeah.
it's sort of wrapped around other wires with like electrical tape.
Yes.
So you just peel that off.
Gotcha. Yeah, exactly right. Easy peasy. I guess that's why so many people steal them.
Yeah, I saw it on the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Bob Odenkirk, I'm so excited for this. This is some of the greatest TV news that I've come across in a real long time, other than the fact that Black Mirror is coming back. Bob Odenkirk is joining the cast for season 2 of The Bear.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Remember that show about the chef?
Yes.
Right?
So good.
Great.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine, because right now that cast is just about perfect. And to start adding more people in just because you had such an incredibly successful season 1, like to me, Bob Odenkirk is just like the best choice to make for that
Great.
show.
Love Bob Odenkirk.
Love that. Matt
for him.
Damon and Ben Affleck were breaking down their sort of early careers with Vanity Fair and telling some like real wild stories about when they were young. So years ago, they did a movie called School Ties where they didn't even have like huge parts in it. But they were talking about what that process was like and where they live, because it's very interesting now because they're giant stars that are worth billions of dollars. But here's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon on the good old days.
They did put us up in a small condo complex adjacent to a dump. So
we moved into that place because we wanted to get out of the hotel, and we realized the amount of money they had on the hotel deal we could take, and we saved like $5 a night by moving to the dump. So we moved to the dump. Felt great to be doing the movie together. It was unclear whether it was a big break, but a lot of those
big break
movies,
for Brennan. Actually.
Yeah, it was
It's a really kind of break. And Chris O'Donnell got Scent of a Woman after that. When you're a young actor, you always have the sense of kind of who else is auditioning for what and what else is kind of going on. And had a couple of movies like that where you sort of felt like, okay, well, some other people kind of broke, and you were sort of back to like getting your pages faxed to you and, you know, going to your next audition.
Which is crazy because that was a Brandon Fraser, Chris O'Donnell movie. And the crazy part about this is that if you sort of track careers, it's like Matt Damon went up and then basically like, because all those people were going in for the same roles.
Sure.
Right? Like when Matt Damon went up, did you realize that Chris O'Donnell's career just disappeared?
Yeah, what is he doing now?
He's on isn't he on the talk?
No, that's Charlie. What's his name? Isn't it? I don't know. But like Matt Damon, like was the better Chris O'Donnell.
Right.
Like, so if they were going out for all the same roles, like they were all going to Matt Damon. And Chris O'Donnell's career flatlined after Matt Damon got famous. Like completely flatlined after Matt Damon got famous.
He was Robin in Batman.
He's on one of the NCIS shows.
That's
but
what
that
it
took
is.
years.
Yeah.
That took years.
Like, I think 2009 is when that case show came
Yeah.
out.
Good Will Hunting was their big break for Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, which they wrote and then won the Academy Award for. And this is Matt Damon talking about the sort of origins of that script.
I started it in a playwriting class in college and wrote the first 40 pages of it and handed, and we were tasked with writing a one-act play for this by the end of the semester. And I handed this in to the professor who I really liked, and I said, I think I failed your class because this is not a one-act play, but I believe it's the first act of a movie. He was really effusive in his praise for what I'd done, and he gave me an A in his class,
Wow.
which really, and he said, keep going with this. I showed it to Ben, and I had enough, because of this professor's reaction, I had enough confidence to show it to my friend. And I said, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm stuck with this. And Ben read it and goes, I don't know what to do either, but we should do it together. And that was it. Of that initial 40 pages, I only like 5 pages survived. The one scene that survived was this first meeting that I have with Robin Williams.
Which is almost verbatim.
It's almost verbatim the way yeah. That scene we both really liked. Ben, out of the blue, just said, if he said those things to the guy, meaning Robin Williams, the guy would have to have a response, and I think he would tell him a story. I think it would be and he started to kind of like chunk out that whole monologue that Robin Williams has on the park bench to me.
You don't know about real loss, because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself.
Hearing Robin Williams' voice again.
Right, thank you.
That's so beautiful.
Especially that to me, like Robin Williams was so good in Good Will Hunting. Like so good in that movie. But yeah, I'm going to go rewatch that now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Red Table Talk canceled at Facebook. As well, not really canceled, but Facebook Watch, their streaming service platform thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
They are shutting down all original programming. They had hoped to become a major player in the streaming world with scripted shows starring Jessica Biel, and then they moved over to sort of reality with the Real World reboot, and then the Tom Brady docuseries. But Red Table Talk is one of the shows that is going away. So the show's production company, Westbrook Studios, which is founded by Jada Pinkett Smith and her husband Will Smith, they are reportedly looking for a new distributor for the series. If you remember, this is where it all went down with the entanglement with August Alsina and all that stuff.
But RTT could just live on YouTube or something, right?
That's what I'm like. But they want money for it, right? They want somebody to buy it. They don't want to just put it on YouTube. Unless they can sell a ton of ads. I don't even know. Like, could you? I guess you could. You could have sponsors and all that other stuff.
Listen, I get the pre-rolls.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
After 15 years after ditching the plastic bags, the LCBO is set to phase out paper bags now.
What? Why? The paper's good for the environment.
No.
I mean, better than the plastic bags.
They want you to bring your own reusable.
They said that they are trying to save up to 190,000 trees a year by getting rid of their paper bags.
Save the trees.
Pockets, right?
It's true.
Pockets.
That's
big
it.
Pockets.
Yeah, pockets.
You don't have enough pockets?
No, I'm gonna have to get special pants. You know what they should do? They should sell at the LCBO like shopping pants, where there's just all compartments for cans.
No.
Right?
You know what you need, bro?
What?
Roz is going to be in the market now.
What do I need?
Cargo.
But I want more, though.
No,
I want more.
You're going to have cargo pants.
No, but I want more pockets than what cargo pants
Cargo
have.
pants hold 4 cans.
No, yeah, but I want enough cans to last me the weekend.
You
right?
are not strong enough to walk down the street.
That's not true. You only need a strong belt. Right? I don't need strong hips. Just need a strong belt. Maybe suspenders too. Right?
What about a jacket with big pockets?
No, you get thrown in prison for that. Got to be the pants.
Yeah.
Got to be the pants. So anyway, so they're getting rid of bags. I don't know. I don't like going to grocery stores that don't have bags. I always forget. I have one in the car with me all the time,
So
but
bring
I
it with you.
forget. I forget
Yeah,
that
we
I'm
just
like,
keep our reusables in the car now.
Ugh, I know, but I always forget to
Every
take
single
it
time
with me.
we empty the groceries from the bag,
Yeah.
that bag immediately goes right back outside into the car.
Yeah, but then when you park your car, you forget when you get inside.
That's what I mean. Like I park the car and then I walk out of the car and then I'm in the grocery store and I ain't got no bag.
Just put it on the passenger seat.
Just use a cart.
What do you mean?
Just use a cart.
How do I get the stuff from the store to the car?
You take the
cart,
cart.
man.
Yeah,
Do you mean a granny buggy?
Yeah.
And just load up all my food
Load it up,
on
man.
the seat?
You want to walk around with it? Just load it up and just dump it in your car.
You are like, this is first world problems.
Okay,
bro.
here's what I need, right? I need
Plastic bags.
No, I do need plastic bags. No, I need King Can pants and pork chop shirts, right? So I can pockets for all my meat up top And all my cans, all my cans down below.
Wow.
You know, like the vests that fishermen wear, like when you go fishing, like a tackle vest.
You need bigger pockets.
Yes, but only with bigger pockets.
Yeah.
I need to be able to put a bag of frozen French fries in one pocket and like a can of mayo. A can of mayo. What is it? A jar? Is that what they call
Jars.
it?
Yep,
Thank
jar.
you. That's what I need.
I hope you run into a listener that way.
No, but I did run into somebody holding toilet paper, and I know toilet paper is completely normal to have, right? Like to buy. Why would you feel embarrassed to buy toilet paper?
Yeah.
But like when I'm holding toilet paper and I meet a fan of the show, I think that they think that it's like a last minute thing and I'm talking to them and I really have to poop. Like I'm not buying futures, right? Like I'm not buying toilet paper for the family. Like I'm there because I have to have toilet paper.
Something's about to happen.
Yes, right? Well, yeah.
I love that people would think that.
They do. They look at you like that. Like
that's
when you
great.
meet somebody and you're holding, because the thing with toilet paper, nobody knows what's in the bag. The bags, by the way, nobody knows what I bought in the bags, right? Like I could have, licorice and chicken fingers in there. Nobody knows. But toilet paper doesn't fit in the bag. So you got to walk out with the toilet paper under your arm like a newspaper, right? And that's how they see you.
Yeah.
And then you go to shake their hand. It's all they
Was
remember.
it a huge package, like 24?
No, I don't. I don't buy those because they're too hard to manage. So I just buy like the 12s.
How come they never sell singles?
That would be worse. That would be worse. If I met a fan walking out of the grocery store with a single roll,
that guy's got to poop.
Oh, come on.
Sure. And then they're telling everybody they know.
Oh, yeah. And they start making stuff up and red in the face and everything else, right? Like, come on now. It's singles. What is it, summer camp? Prison? You got to go. You got to trade something. You got to trade up for a single roll of toilet paper.
Damn,
it's
man.
not cool, man. What are people saying? Anything? You look like you're entertained over there reading texts.
People telling you need overalls.
Yes, I do. I have overalls. They're great.
Yeah, you just need a vest with big pockets.
Yeah, I know. But what about a big hat? I just put everything under my hat.
Like a sombrero?
No, not a sombrero. No, I need a tall hat. Or you just stuff everything up inside that hat.
Like an Abraham Lincoln
Yeah,
hat?
yes, like a stovetop fight hat. Like one of those, right?
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
Bro.
Not a sombrero. Then I'd have to put it all around the brim. It'd be all balanced and weird. And me trying to get out of there while having to...
Your summer fit,
Bro. And you know, that would be the day, right? I would have a sombrero loaded with groceries that's completely off balance because I was in such a rush because I got to poop.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.